Hey everyone, I am back with another video for you. I'm doing a thing with the fringe that has not gone to plan. I've dabbled with a fringe many times in my life and it just never seems to go well, but never mind. For now, this is what it is, and I just need to deal with that. That's fine. Anyway, not plant related. What I wanted to show you today was just a little update of my begonias because I don't know if this will be... Oh, you're on my gimbal and it's sending you flying. I'm not sure why. I'm just trying to figure out like the stability of my gimbal and stuff. So yeah, I want to show you my begonias because they are in various states of disrepair. There's some that are doing really well and really flourishing. There's some that are really, really struggling. I had to have an emergency migration. I can't remember if I've said on this channel before, but I've got an IKEA greenhouse cabinet and that's where I keep a lot of my smaller begonias. However, I'm not sure why, but they just seem to have completely tanked in there in the last couple of weeks. Interestingly, it was just after Christmas that they started to really struggle, and I don't know whether that was because I neglected them over that period or what kind of the dealio was, but they all seem to like just take a big turn for the worst, lose all their leaves and just kind of look like they were dead and gone. So I will show you what's happened. I did an emergency migration to a new kind of begonia setup that I have, so I will show you that as well because that seems to be working quite well to kind of rehab them. And I just thought I'd share what I found really, because I know that I'm not the only person that struggles with begonias. They are difficult. I'm not gonna lie, they're not a beginner plant, they just aren't. If you are a beginner and you have success with begonias, then you are, I don't know, a wizard or lucky, or you know, you really do have a green thumb. I don't know what it is, but if you're doing well with your begonias with little to no experience, then there's something weird going on. So yeah, so what I think might have been the issue is something to do with the temperature, because in our flat we're kind of struggling to get a consistent temperature really. Sorry, I know I keep doing I'm not used to the whole fringe thing. I don't know. Ignore me. Yeah, we struggle to get a consistent temperature in our flat, and I think that's probably a lot to do with it because it will go from quite cold to quite warm, and trying to keep that constant is a bit of a difficult task. In the IKEA greenhouse cabinet, they do have a grow mat that they sit on, like a heated grow mat, which I'll show you, but that seems to have not really helped. There is a fairly constant humidity in there. I think it's about 60% usually, and I would ordinarily have looked at humidity as being the issue. However, they aren't showing any signs of, well, a couple of them are having, like, they've got like the dry crispiness that looks like humidity, like drought, I suppose. But then the other ones, they just were kind of doing that begonia melt thing. So I don't know if it's that they got too wet. I don't know. It's a real complicated situation. So I am very much in trial and error with begonias, as I have been all along. And you know, I've managed to keep most of my begonias pretty well. I still have a lot that are flourishing, but it seems to be particularly the Rex varieties, and the what do you call them? Like the rhizomatous begonias that are not doing well. The cane begonias seem to be doing pretty okay. I've lost a few rhizomatous begonias. I'm waffling now, but I've lost the Begonia Black Fang. I think I've lost my Helen Teupel, and I certainly have lost another luxurians. I think I mentioned that before, which was the lovely cutting from my friend Adam, which I'm really sad about. And there's just a few that are really not doing well. I'll show you though, so we'll go and have a look imminently. But yeah, just to reassure you, if you're struggling with your begonias, you're not alone. And I feel like at this point I have quite a lot of experience with begonias, but it still sometimes comes to bite you in the ass. So yes, let us go and have a look at the begonias. Okay, so this is inside the IKEA greenhouse cabinet. I know I haven't done a proper tour of this, but seeing this you might understand why. This was my Begonia breverimosa, and as you can see, it is pretty much, it's not the, hold on, there we go. It's still got a little bit of a stump left in there, but it's not doing too well, so I don't really know what to do with that. Then we have got my Begonia shepherdii, which is, I think that's pretty much gone. Maybe not, I maybe need to migrate these as well. But yeah, as you can see, everything's like on the struggle bus in here, so there's something not quite right with the conditions. Why is it not focusing? There we go. Something not quite right with the conditions. We've got these three lovely little begonias, 1, 2 and 3. That's Connie, Boswell, that's Curly Fireflush, and that is Marmaduke. They are all, they've got little signs of life in them, but they're not doing that well, and I think I need to migrate these as well. They were looking a bit better the other day, but I think on balance they're not doing great. And finally we've got my little Helen Teupel, which I think is a goner, sadly, which is, I think, possibly the last of the begonias that I've bought from BLEYS. I'm not sure, I need to have a look through my collection, but I think that's the last of the begonias that I've got from my BLEYS haul. And finally we've got this Begonia thelmae, which was doing absolutely great. I don't know what has happened. Oh, you're not going to be able to see that, are you? Let me see if I bring this down. It was trailing all the way up this moss pole, and now it is dead. I don't know what has happened there. So yeah, there's something definitely not okay about these conditions. Here's a little sneak peek of my Hoya collection, which seems to be really enjoying the IKEA cabinet, but clearly it's not for begonias. So yeah, I think we will end up migrating those other ones that you see struggling there over to my new solution, which I will bring you to imminently. Okay, and just to demonstrate, okay, we've got a dying leaf there, but just to demonstrate, it's not all my begonias that are doing badly. So if you look over here, I've got these in a little kind of converted cabinet, well, in the process of being converted. So this is Begonia Benitochiba on this one on the left here, which is kind of a cane type begonia, and on the right here we've got Begonia Beleaf Indian Summer, and they both are doing extremely well. They're both growing new leaves and everything. Then we've got a Begonia, oh flipping heck, I can't remember this one, but this is a really pretty cane begonia with pink spots. I'm going to have to put the name of that on the screen because I cannot remember. And then we have got another little Beleaf begonia, and these are all under grow lights. Hopefully you can see in here. So these are all under grow lights. They're getting some nice direct light, and they have pretty much the same conditions as the IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which is what has me perplexed. But there we go. So yeah, so these are in the same room and doing fine. So this is what's causing me a lot of confusion here, but yeah, let's move on. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to turn those grow lights off in a second. Don't mind all of the kind of miscellaneous crap that's going on around here. You might be able to see on the floor. Yeah, I mean, that is just the epitome of plant parent life, isn't it? It's just you've always got something on the go. But yeah, so here is my new begonia plant situation. These are on the east wall of a south-facing window. So they don't get a huge deal of natural light at the moment because they're not very big windows and they don't kind of cover everything, which is why I decided to put some grow lights on there, because they just were starting to really struggle. These are actually on top of, I don't know if you can see, but I've got like a 8-part compartment calyx down there. And then here's the interesting part. Let me just see if I can show you that. These are just some really cheap shoe racks that I got from Home Bargains. I think they were £4 each. So there's just 2 of them. They're a bit flimsy, obviously, but they do the job for keeping my begonias up. So I'm going to just turn these grow lights off just so we can get a bit more of a natural light going in here. So yeah, you can see that a bit better. So what I've done here is I have put some trays here so that I can bottom water my begonias. I've got a lot going on here, okay, I know. I know that it's a bit hard to see, but there's a couple that are in pots down at the bottom, but most of them are in these trays so that I can bottom water them all in one go. But I am kind of keeping an eye on them to make sure that they you know, aren't getting water when they don't need them and stuff. Don't need it, I should say. So here is a prime example of one of the struggling begonias. This was actually in my bookcase, so it wasn't doing too well. So he's recovering. He's been up here under the grow lights for a good couple of weeks now, so he's really recovering. As you can see, he was just suffering like a lack of light, a lack of humidity, and probably I neglected it a bit, but you can see the rhizomes here have got no leaves on. He's dropped all his leaves, but he is making a comeback. And I've got my Begonia Gryphon here, which is, honestly, this one's the one that is flourishing from this section. He's got a little new leaf there and a little new leaf there. Now this is one from BLEYS. This one dropped all of its leaves. That leaf is new. This is Begonia wolnyi. Wolnyi. There you go, you can probably see that. This is Begonia wolnyi, and I really, really love this begonia. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. And I kind of panicked when that one struggled because I really like it. Here is my sad little stick of a Mary Reed. It just dropped all of its leaves. The final ones were last week, which is when I decided to do the panic migration. So hopefully, I'm really hoping that that one makes a bit of a comeback. We've got a curly Fireflush here. We've got a rogue leaf from one of the begonias. Where are you? Oh, it's up here. I did move him, so that is the Begonia solananthera. And yep, he lost a lot of his leaves as well. He's largely, again, a bit of a stick. My absolute favourite Begonia mazae nigricans is this sad little stick that you see here. And another favourite of mine is that lovely Marmaduke. You can see he's kind of bouncing back now. He's got a few little leaves, but he lost everything. We've got, where are we? Begonia Dark Eyes, Begonia Midnight Magic, I think it is. Both lost all their leaves. No, Begonia Dark Eyes didn't, but it was really struggling. Begonia Midnight Magic is almost, you know, almost lost all its leaves. Look at that one. There's still a tiny bit of life in there though, so I'm leaving it. And then we've got Begonia Martin Johnson in the back there. He's actually not doing too badly. He's suffered a little bit, but he's not doing too bad. My Begonia Tamaya, I have actually staked up there, so he's growing upwards and not outwards because he was starting to overlap. Then we've got this one, I think is Begonia Starbright. Yes, it is. And that one is bouncing back. He lost quite a few leaves as well. My Begonia thurstonii, which I love, has only got one leaf. All of them dropped off. So that was pretty heartbreaking. And then we've got the, what's this one called? Yeah, Begonia Venosa. That one's actually done really well. Of all of them, I expected this one to die, to tell you the truth, but it's been doing very well. What else? Okay, down here we've got my Begonia carolinifolia, which is this really cool one with a big rhizome at the bottom. It did lose a lot of its leaves, but hopefully you can see there it's got a few little baby leaves. Someone say hello. Hey kitty cat. He's not talking. Wait. Hello. Okay, shy for the camera. So yeah, you can see it's got a couple of baby leaves down there, which are coming through, so hopefully that's promising. He looks like he's bouncing back. My Begonia maculata whitei is, I mean, it lost most of its leaves. I don't know if that one will bounce back, we'll see. And Begonia sizemore, oh, I am gutted about this one because you know how much I love this begonia, if you followed me at all. And I think this little Begonia fuchsioides, the back is a goner, sadly. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Well, I didn't show you my Masoniana. I've got one leaf left. It is a tiny little plant though. And also my Begonia Tiger Paws is, I mean, if you don't think that's on the struggle bus, I mean, what is wrong with you? Look at that, it's unhappy. However, thankfully I did propagate quite a few of those leaves, so hopefully even if he doesn't make it, he will have an offspring of some description. And same for my Marie Reed. I've got a lovely little baby plant to work with. I'll just show you my final begonias just for interest really, because why the heck not? Because these ones are doing okay, so I will just move you over here. Don't mind the messiness of the plant room. Do you know what? This is why I never do. Can you hear cat wailing in the background? Oh my god, they're just being fed. So here is my, oh my god. I feel like it's extra today. Oh, it's because of milk. She's literally sticking her head in it. Oh. This cat, honestly, guys, is completely obsessed with anything food related. Look at that, it's not even touching the sides. Okay, I'm thoroughly getting distracted, but I'm sure you guys don't mind. Look at that. For goodness sake. I think she's actually like sticking her whole chin in. Lucy! Absolutely nothing. Right, you've probably seen enough of that. So over here we've got some lovely begonias doing quite well actually. So this is my beautiful Begonia beefsteak, aka Begonia erythrophylla. He's doing really well. I'm really thankful for that. He did struggle slightly, not struggle, but like he's had a bit of impact here where I've sprayed him. What did I spray him with? I think it was SB Invigorate, I think, and he didn't like that. He's got a bit of leaf burn on there. We've also got this beautiful, why can I never remember names on a video? Begonia, what's it called? Can I cheat? No, I can't. Oh, my brain. I want to say Comte de Mirabel, but I don't think that's right, so I need to double check. But it is, I mean, look, that is beautiful. That is such a beautiful plant. So yeah, I will double check on the name of it, but that one's doing pretty well. It's, you know, it's got one dying leaf, but everything else is doing great. It's flowering, it's happy, all a-okay. And the final begonia is my wonderful, lovely, do excuse all the different types of light going on here, but my lovely Begonia Oldemor, which, as you know, has seen the wars because of me taking him out in the rain and the wind and blah 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 blah, but he is overall doing pretty well, so that is great. I do need to find a better place for him though, really, because I don't think this is optimal for this lovely plant. But yeah, so that is my current begonia situation. Okay, so that is where we are at, guys, with the begonias. I have moved them all to here. They are in a nice bright room, a warm room, and they are under a grow light, which I actually find is really important for begonias in general. They really need that light, despite the fact that everywhere says that they're a low light plant. I don't get that because I don't think they are, but it's confusing, but they seem to be picking up. Fingers crossed they will make it out of this alive. I really hope so, because oh, it's heartbreaking. Oh, I didn't show you. I will show you right at the end. I've got a beautiful, oh, what's his name? Begonia chloronura, in a prop box. He's doing really well, so that is like, touch wood, that's going really well. I also have the Begonia thelmae in my terrarium, which you will have seen when I did my DIY terrarium setup. So I have a few more begonias all around the place, and I will eventually do a tour of my begonias or a begonia collection video. If anyone's interested in that, let me know in the comments. But I would like them to look a little bit better because they are struggling right now, and I think you can all see that. So yeah, we will go through all of the begonias once they're all looking a little bit more happy and healthy. But yeah, so let me know if you are struggling with your begonias. Another thing that's really common at the moment is powdery mildew. If you don't know what that is, I'll try and insert a picture so that it's very identifiable. I think mine have actually struggled. They haven't had powdery mildew, but I think they might have had botrytis or begonia leaf spot, which is slightly different, which is difficult to treat because when you treat it with any form of liquid antifungal, then you end up getting actual leaf spots because your plant doesn't actually like having water on its leaves. So it's a tricky one, not gonna lie, not figured that one out yet, but yeah, so I'm, you know, send me all the luck in the world for these begonias because, I mean, they just look a bit sad at the moment and I want them to look good because I love my begonias. So yeah, send me luck because I need it. And let me know in the comments if you're also struggling with your begonias, because I think it's, you know, obviously quite a common thing. I think everyone struggles with the darn things at some stage. Sorry about this, it's kind of seems to be focusing in on my double chin. Not helpful. Not what you want. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do let me know in the comments. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. I know a lot of you are not subscribed. I can see that only about 17.1% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. So if you would subscribe, that would be lovely. Although it's no obligation, obviously, but it's free. Just saying. Yeah, thank you as always for watching, and I hope you are not struggling too badly with your plants this winter. But you know, if you are, then don't feel alone. Even people who've been doing plants for years are struggling. It's a thing. We live in the UK. Even if you don't live in the UK, it's still a thing, but I mean, that's all I know. So okay, I'm really waffling now, so I'm gonna go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, this is terribly bad lighting at this point, but just for the purposes of showing you, because I cannot not flex this gorgeous begonia. It is doing really well. He's in my prop box, which is why the filming is a bit dodgy, but if you want to see more of him, then go and watch my top plants of 2020 video. Oh, forgot to say, this is the, Begonia chloronura, in case you were not aware.